Hi everyone, it's Nisha with Inspiring Beautiful Creations. I'm here to work on a project with you all today. In a recent swap that I was in with Ida, who is Created to Create, she did the Secret Santa swap, and in my gifts, I gave everyone some things to play with. I gave them this stencil set, which has this one on it, and it was a two-part, and then there was another part that had this piece to it as well. I gifted them some blending brush, a set of blending brushes. It was a 5-piece set of blending brushes. So they had that, and I gifted them some of these distressed inks. Here, I like these colors because it was Festive Berries, Shabby Shutters, and I thought that they were kind of the holiday colors that they could use, you know. Just a little mini sample. And then I also gifted them a Ranger Mini Mister. And then I also gifted them a makeup brush cleaner. So that's this. Some of the questions that I received were, how do you use this? So I'll show this in the end, how to actually use this cleaner to clean the makeup brushes. But I gifted everyone this just so they would have fun with it and blend, because I recently got, you know, my blending brushes for I recently got the blending brushes from the Expo. So I wanted to share that with everyone so they have fun playing with it, because I really do like these brushes. It's a nice smooth blend. So what I'm going to do is just show them and show you all how I'm actually using, you know, the blending brushes. Now there are several different sizes. I just happened just to pick out this particular size because I felt like it works with the smaller one, and I did do a sample on that one. And then I think I can control it a little bit easier because I'm trying to do a graduated blending effect on this, because I'm using 3 different colors. And I'm going to use the one brush for all 3 different colors. This is a nice soft brush. There are several tutorials out there of how you use these brushes. How I learned how to use these brushes were when I was at Expo. The vendor who I purchased mine from showed me how to actually use them. I got a chance to play with them, and over the 2-day process, I had a chance to feel comfortable with them to be able to want to purchase them and say, okay, I'll go ahead and use them when I get them home. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be making an actual card with this particular phrase here, and I'll put it in frame. Okay, so this is what I'm working with today, and then I'm going to be working with the Stormy Sky Distressed Inks, the Tumbled Glass, and the Faded Jean Stain. I do not have all of the oxides. I have just started getting into the oxides, so I don't have a lot of them. What I wanted to do was work in the blue family, so what I did was I pulled out what I have, so I know that it works with either the inks, the distressed inks, or the oxides as well. So I'm going to use that. What I have here, and let me bring you down just a little bit. Okay, what I have here is the actual Tim Holtz I forgot what this mat is called, but it's the non-stick mat that goes with the big glass mat that we have. But you know, this space is kind of small, so I didn't pull that out. I just actually pulled out the mat because I like this. It's easy to clean. And then I just have a self-healing mat underneath, and then I taped this down just with some washi tape so it just won't move as I'm using it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with what I deem to be my darkest color, and that particular color is supposed to be for me. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. So you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to test it out again. I was playing with it, and I can't remember which one. So what I'll do is take my little mini mister, and I'll spray each color just to give it a little moisture. And we're going to just do this on camera. I believe this is my denim one here, and then you just swirl your little brush over, and then you swirl it on your paper. Oh, I picked up a little bit too much. Let me swirl it on there. Oh, I'm not even in frame, guys. I apologize. Let me get in frame. Okay, so this is my Faded Jean. And let me brush that on. And as you can see here, that's where I played with the festive berry one, and then the shaded shutter. Okay, now after you do one color, what you do is clean your brush. Even though these are all in the blue family, I still want to keep my brushes looking new because as you can see, there's a little color on there, right? And it's probably just still has some more color. Now, if I take it and I rub it on a clean piece of paper towel, you'll see that it's going to rub off and come off on the paper towel, okay? But you still see that there's just a little bit of stain there. So what I have is a wet little cleaning cloth, and this is the Gina K cleaning cloth, and then you just rub that on here, okay? And as you see, the color comes off. And then I'm going to show you where I put it on the paper towel. And then we're going to get with anything else that's left on here. Okay? So I'll get a clean, I don't think I have a clean paper. Oh, yes, I do. I have a clean piece of paper towel because I want you guys to see how it does clean the brushes. You don't get anything out, any left residue or anything on that one. But I'm going to still use my damp one here. Okay? All right, so that was the Faded Jean. And this one is the Stormy Sky. Let me load this color up on my brush. And my Faded Jean seems to be the darker of the two. So we're going to go with that one. Okay. So let me clean my brush again. Sorry for the shaking. And again, right now what I'm doing is I'm just using it on my damp cloth right here. And then I go to my actual paper towel and just dry it off. So when I pick up the next color, and again, it's a clean brush. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the Faded Jean stain that I have. That's quite juicy there. All right, and I'm just doing this on camera with you guys. It's not like I've played with this before. So I'm just trying to make something, and I thought it was quite easy from when I was at the Expo. So we're just going to go across the stencil. And if I'm shaking, I apologize. And I want to pick up a little bit more color and bring that in. I want to show that it's a nice, rich, dark color. And I don't mind that I'm going over the tip of the word most, because all of these inks are supposed to be able to blend from what together. And I'm in the blue family. There we go. And I don't want to waste, so I'm going to use all of my ink. And what I love, these brushes are very pliable, you know, flexible. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to clean my brush with my cloth. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to my Stormy Sky. And I might need a little bit more. You know what? I think I just wet it. That's the great thing. I'm just going to wet it. And there we go. It picks up some more. Just want to use up all of my color. Okay, and then clean off my brush yet again. And I may have to speed this up because I don't want to go over my time that my phone allows me to record. And then we're going to go with our tumbled glass. And I love how smooth and light this brush really is. I'm not doing a lot of, work. I'm just brushing it over. And the more I brush over, the more ink that's coming off. And I basically feel like I've almost cleaned up my mat right here. So I am going to officially clean my brush. Now, what I'm going to show you is that even though I'm cleaning it on this damp, do you see where some of that has bled down through the bottom of the bristles because it does push it down? So what I'm going to do is, and let me go ahead and clean this completely off my mat. This cleans off extremely well. You just wipe it off with a paper towel. Okay. I'm going to move my project out the way, and I will bring in a bowl of water. And then I'll bring this out, and you're basically supposed to put your fingers inside. You dip this in water, okay? And then you're supposed to brush it and clean it. This is what cleans your bristles. And I'm gonna get right there on those sides and brush it down, brush it up. Get in here and brush down, brush up. I don't wanna go against the grain of where the bristles, but I just wanna make sure I clean my brush, okay? And that's it with that. And then I'm gonna dry it, and I'm gonna show you. See how the bristles are clean now? They are extremely wet, so I would not use this brush for anything else because to me it's just too wet for the fibers. I like it when it's drier, but it did get down there to clean those bristles as the ink was falling in. So I'll dry that off on my paper towel. And then I set this out, and I have a stand to just set it up and let these dry. And I'm just gonna be careful and remove the washi. And this is still wet, so I'm gonna put that there so I can clean that off. But I wanted you to see it on my paper. This is still wet. I can feel it underneath, so I'm gonna want it to dry. But do you see how the colors graduated down? And then this is a pearlized paper. I love using pearlized paper, so it's gonna take a moment for this to dry. And what I'll do is when this actually dries, I'll come back and show you what it actually looks like once it dries, and I may go ahead and even finish the card for you all, okay? So I'll be back. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm back to share with you the finished product. I actually allowed it to dry, and this is the final image that you see with all the different shadings of the different colors. I think it came out really pretty, and I added I actually die cut out some snowflakes and added some snowflakes in the silver foiled on metallic paper, and this is pearlized paper, and I backed it up, but different cardstock. I also even added a couple of bling pieces in the center of these particular snowflakes just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. Now the reason why I create this is that this is actually going to be a sign. This is going to have one of the bases in the back. My mother hasn't decided how she wants it, or if she just wants it to sit on a stand at school. So I just wanted to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this small little reveal that I was able to use some of the products that I gifted some of the ladies that were in that swap, the Secret Santa swap with Ida Martinez. Created to Create. I had fun with that one. So here you go, ladies. I was able to show you how I personally use the blending brushes, the cleaning tools, and the spritzer, and the actual stencil set that I gifted you, and the inks. So hope you all enjoyed. Thank you again for your wonderful support, everyone. Thank you for your kind, generous words that you leave for me. It always puts a smile in my heart. Thank you for all inspiring me to want to continue to create for you all. Thank you. Happy holidays and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.